You know, the red table, I love the red table, but the red table makes you emotional.
It does.
It's like you get to talk about it and it's soothing at the end. So.
Did you have to pay alimony?
Yes, I had to pay alimony. I was one of those girls.
That's interesting. One of those girls.
There's a couple of us. It's me that I know of is Brittany. Remember? It's Hallie. Mary is allegedly.
Right.
I was very, very angry about that. But it was because we had an existing prenup and postnup.
Then what made you angry about it if it had already been an agreement?
Because I wanted to renege. I wanted him to renege. I'm going to be honest.
I'm not mad at you.
I thought he should say no.
Wow.
Even though, if it were reversed and a guy had more, we would expect him to make sure the lady's okay, right?
Right,
we would expect that. And so I can't really bitch about it too much.
Right.
However, semicolon.
Right.
Whoa, tough. That's a tough pill.
Well, in my divorces, I never got nothing from nobody. Never asked for nothing from nobody.
Suppose you had to pay somebody.
That would be...
You'd be mad, right?
I would be mad.
That's what I was angry.
Yeah,
I was
I'm not
angry
doing
about that. I mean, I went through this phase like, ooh, men are the new bitches.
Right.
I went through that whole phase. Excuse me.
Oh, my God.
That's how I felt. That's what I was so angry about. Like, I have to get out the bed so I can pay this debt.
Now, the clip that you just saw was from Jada Pinkett's The Red Table, where Toni Braxton and Jada Pinkett and her mother are actually talking about divorce and alimony. And you notice what she said, men are the new bitches. She tries to play it off, but she really means that. Because she's been put in a man's place, or what they consider a man's place, which is taking care of somebody else. Now, you heard that she said that they not only signed a prenup, but they also signed a postnup, so she knew what was in it. And what did she say? She wanted to renege afterwards. Now, I don't know why she signed the prenup or the postnup, but I assume she signed the postnup is because she was sick and she thought that the contract was in her favor. So it was all good. But once she got well and she started making the majority of the money, she felt some kind of way that now he's living off of her labor. Now, even though she knew that what she was saying was unfair, it still didn't matter, because guess what? Women don't really concentrate on their logic. They concentrate on their feeling. It didn't feel right. And all of them said that they wouldn't feel right if they had to pay for somebody else or take care of somebody else. Remember I told you women really do not like taking care of men. They take care of their children. So either you're a child or you're the person taking care of them. And that goes back to the thing about toxic masculinity and with female breadwinners, especially in this day and age. It's something that Valdez has pointed out over like 4 or 5 videos, that women do not want to play the lead role. They really want to play the subordinate role. But they have been brainwashed and brainwashed themselves into wanting to be in the lead role, which is the oxymoron of the dichotomy of black women. Black women want to lead from the back. They want to drive from the back seat, and you can't. So even though Toni Braxton is rich, Toni Braxton is more, how can I say, independent. It doesn't matter how independent a woman is, even a black woman, they still want to play the support role. Well, black women are really strange because they want to be the boss, but be the boss in a support role. You're still supposed to be hitched up to the wagon and pulling the load. If they have to do it, then they're going to be angry. They're going to be nasty about it. Now, if you notice that she said there was only a few of them that did it. She mentioned a couple of other entertainers, Mary J. Blige, and a couple of others that actually paid men alimony. And if you heard it, they had that nasty tone in their voice when it was actually mentioned. But Jada Pinkett didn't even realize who they were because it never never entered into her brain that women pay alimony, because it's an oxymoron. It doesn't fit. It doesn't compute. And I've heard Wendy Williams say that about Mary J. Blige's husband, that he wasn't supposed to accept it. Just because it was legal, it was in the contract. He wasn't supposed to accept it because he was a man. Even though we're supposed to live in this egalitarian society where everybody's equal and everybody has the same chance, and women are supposed to be equal to men, they want to be equal to men when it's to their advantage. When it's not to their advantage, they want men to play the same role, the traditional role. And if he doesn't play the traditional role, then there's social pressure. But thank God for men that are saying that, you know what? If the shoe was on the other foot, she'd do me. So guess what I'm going to do? Sauce for the goose. The odds are even. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I'm going to gander this money right into my pocket. And then, and only then, do women get a touch, a glimpse what it feels like to be a man. Because what does she say? You know, she says she didn't want to get up out of bed every morning to pay this debt. In other words, basically, I don't want to get up out of the morning while this dude's sleeping on the couch or in his bed. I have to pay for this nigga. That's what she was saying. Or fund his lifestyle. He's a grown ass man. Should be able to do it himself. And sadly, a lot of black women feel that way. If you're not worth anything, if you're not the beast of burden. And it's a blessing, and you're lucky if you get out of a relationship with them intact and you don't have to pay anything. Now, they don't care about, they didn't say nothing about Keyless when she was taking Nas to court for a couple $100,000 a month or $50,000 a month for child support. They said nothing about 50 Cent. 50 Cent was wrong about his baby's mother. When black women can do anything they want to a man, and it's right. As soon as they have to pony up and take responsibility, all of a sudden the world has to stop. I'm okay for getting pregnant behind your back, but you're not okay for not wanting to have anything to do with me or the kid. The poor baby gonna suffer. Think about the baby. Now, goddamn well, you think about that baby before you decided to conceive it. And nobody goes against those mothers that don't take care of their babies. They used to. Now they don't. It's all the man's fault. Oh, poor baby, because your 15th baby daddy left you. All them 15 niggas were no good. In fact, there's one chick I'm actually going to play because I was listening to her video. And I'm going to do this a separate one because it was so funny. I said, I have to do this one. She was actually complaining about black men, how they have to take care of them, and black women have to take care of them. Black women have to help them out, and black women have to constantly bail them out of jail. And I wrote under a comment underneath her video. I said, if you're bailing them out of jail, why don't you get a clue? In other words, that's not the kind of guy you need to be with if you have to constantly bail him out of jail. If that's the kind of guy that you had to bail out of jail, then you know what you're in for. Stop complaining. Just like a dude that dates a crazy chick and she slashes his tires. Okay, you knew the chick was crazy before you stuck your penis in her. But I have to give Jada Pinkett credit about this one thing. She said, if you signed the prenup and the postnup and you knew what was in it, why are you complaining now? I have to give her credit for that because it didn't compute to her. And if you knew you had to pay, why did you get divorced? Because she's the one that initiated. She felt bad because she initiated the divorce. It's not something that he did. She said she couldn't work. She said they had money problems, but she never said that he said anything to her about it. It's how she felt. But no matter what it is in a relationship between a black man and a black woman, it will always be the black man's fault. That's a constant. In America, immigrants are coming over the border. It's the black man's fault. I'm sure they'll find a way to blame it on us. Black folks are too lazy, so they had to bring in other workers that should take their place. Something like that. Anyway, I know I'm rambling. And I've gotten way off the topic, but go check out the Red Table, because what they had to say on divorce was actually quite interesting. It kind of reveals how women think about divorce and relationships and marriage and stuff like that. It's actually they're actually very honest, believe it or not, which is something I'm kind of enjoying about the Red Table. They're honest, which is kind of refreshing. But with that, I'm going to jump off of here. This is BGS out, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.